fans excited to see this year's edition of the Blazers as they take on offseason, coming over as a free agent. Steve Kerr tonight because of sore knee. Tonight started a campaign, 37 years of age.
Well, he's still the hardest player to guard in.
Playing tonight, and Draymond Green is out as well. Moses Moody is sitting. Here's Curry, a heave from three. On the closeout, Jeremy Grant makes contact on a foul in commission of the shot. Jeremy Grant coming through and catching the legs of Curry, who will shoot three.
Warriors do a good job there, recognizing the double team. They get the ball out, and there goes Curry off the ball. Moving into the...
Jerry was in discussion tonight with Joe Cronin, general manager of the Blazers, and Damian Lillard along the sideline as well. It was old home week here. Starts 402 wins, second winningest Blazers head man, only to the late great Dr. Jack Ramsey. Okay, it's going to be like that, huh? Dodgers this year for Damian Lillard.
He might just think the cap looks good.
Well, we'll wait and see if Seattle actually gets there. They lead in the series 2-0 against Toronto. Here's Advia with it. Swings it across the arc here to Holiday. Sways right, moves left. Trying to shake Richard. Jump passes cross court. Nice catch made by the man in the front row, but he does not have a Blazer uniform on, so the Warriors take over.
Right idea. It was open. Shaden was thinking that Drew was going to catch him in that slot. Drew was thinking Shea was going to the corner. Miscommunication that is correctable.
Kuminga, nice pass to a cutting Richard from the weak side. He'll lay it in.
Yeah, Kuminga's been hooping. He had a nice game. Some real nice highlights additionally in that last game they played against the Lakers.
Signed that 2-year deal eventually in the offseason just before.
Out of the post. You know, a lot of times that's Draymond Green who facilitates out the post. Kuminga could facilitate and turn and score. So he gives a little bit of a different dimension. Not that Draymond Green can't score from time to time down there. It's just not what he does the most in that area.
One and done. Defensive board. Sharp up the floor. Comes off the high screen from DC. Finds a trailer. It's Holiday for three. Klingon keeps it alive. Horford knocks it free. Curry a long diagonal into front court here to Pajimski. Trying to avoid Drew Holiday, who is with him stride for stride. Pajimski exchanging a pass from Horford, gets into a bomb. That's off, and Klingon with a board. Emphasis in camp has been on the defensive glass for the Blazers to allow them to get early opportunities like this. Again, a drag screen set there by DC, and that's Sharp, who's been shooting the ball beautifully, Lamar, in camp, as you know.
Yep, looks to get the defender on his back and then tried to jump in the path to take away the defender's ability to challenge that shot.
Driving it into contact is Grant, and he is awarded 2 shots and the foul to Horford.
That's an example of the importance.
Ready. There are no plans of waiting until regular season. If he can go, he will go. But as you guys see tonight and said earlier, he is sitting out this one tonight.
Thank you, Brooke. Rob Williams and Matisse Thybulle have had a promising week of non-contact.
I'm Kev. Because he's that big dog that don't know how to play right when you need him to chill out with the smaller dogs at times, and there goes Jeremy scooping in. So you know if he was out here, he'd be chasing Steph Curry 94 feet. Doing and you can't have that right now. You know they need him to rest the knee and take his time.
Blazers rotate defensively. Kuminga got caught along the edge, stepped out of bounds. Blazers take it back.
Jeremy on the curl. He's so.
Advia on the cut, on the drive. It Grant open in the corner, looking to go there. Ball slapped down off his knee and out of bounds. Off of Denny. The Warriors will bring it ahead. Curry darts behind the back. Gets to the three-point arc and drills.
Now, that's not Jeremy Grant's fault. That was a very smart play from Al Horford. Jeremy was essentially icing the screen, forcing it along that sideline, and Curry set him up off the handle, and then Al Horford flipped the screen. Good play. DC getting a bucket back, and Shea wants more.
Alertly, Sharp with the pick. Cross-court Grant a three, bounding off into the hands of Kuminga.
When we were in San Francisco last week, you talked a lot about the IQ that Al Horford brings to the Warriors, and that last bucket for Curry was an example of it. And here's an example of the Blazers' defense in the offense.
Galloping dribble, Horford is there with a response. He blocked. Sharp picks it up. Advia all day for three. Tip free, and Kuminga runs it down. Kuminga summoning the rookie from Florida, Richard, to him for the screen, and then Kuminga will power in to Sharp and lay it in.
Well, that's not what Coach Billups wants defensively. He wants Denny Avdia there to pressure Jonathan Kuminga. Denny was within arm length's distance. Coach wants him closer.
Klingon lets it go. He shot a few last year, 14 of 49, 28%. Good form. Here's Pajimski the other way. He's fouled out on the floor on a reach.
Really nice form for DC, and I don't know if from one three-point shooting big to another.
Wow. One big guy to another. Klingon listed at 7'3", 280, and he dwarfs Hansen, who's 7'2" and 270. And these two have been terrific in practice. Hansen and DC back and forth going at it, making each other better. Curry again comes off the screen. Got an easy look, missed it. Hansen, the rebound in the outlet, is flagged down and tipped out of bounds by Richard. Hansen had that insanely good third quarter for the Blazers against Sacramento. Blake Wesley will operate. Veteran from Notre Dame.
See that right there from Pajimski? That's what Coach wanted Denny to do to Jonathan Kuminga. Really step up and irritate the ball handler. Because as a team, conceptually, that's how the Blazers want to play defense throughout this entire season.
Pajimski, little inside-out dribble drive. He can right with him. Sharp coming off the screen. Hansen makes good contact to free the shooter. That is Shaedon Sharp. His shot is off. Pajimski comes the other way. He's a real irritant on both ends of the floor. Just the way he plays. He's checked by Murray. Off it comes here to Curry. The scoop on the way. No. A rude welcome at the cup. Shaedon Sharp the other way. There's Pajimski moving his feet, getting involved, getting a body. Comes free to Denny. He'll launch and hit a three.
Well, Pajimski was guarding 2-on-1 there for a second. And as Shaedon moved out of the play, Pajimski had to honor that and go with him. It left Denny wide open.
Kuminga good handles along the end line. Tried to swing it to Richard. It's tipped by the Blazers out of bounds. And with 6:33 left here in the first period. 16 to shoot for the Warriors here in front court. Pajimski's got to get it in. And finally does to Curry. Al Horford into the jump hook. Hansen the rebound. Denny Avdia swings it ahead here to Wesley. Nice idea. CD going back door. The pass is there. A little out of sorts. The pass to Avdia is low and away, and Pajimski wrestling with it. And let's hope he can get that shoulder stuck back there. And pops up. He's okay.
But the way Golden State plays, especially when they get a mismatch of a big onto Steph Curry, is you go back to him. And he was open on that opposite side of the floor. And this is some of the challenge for the Blazers when they go with this bigger lineup against a team like this, especially. Nobody moves off the ball better than the Warriors. You can get lost really easily. And just because the Warriors didn't exploit it last possession doesn't mean it'll be a challenge for Hansen, just like it was last week playing against this Warriors offense. Here's a look at it. So Curry's likely wide open over there. So good test for the Blazers and a chance for the Warriors to continue getting to know each other.
Sissoko goes vertical to challenge Kuminga and gets the stop, and the Blazers come the other way. Portland leading by 3. CD puts his head down, rams in there with the shoulder, picks up the dribble. Circling is Murray. Good cut across the middle. Hansen one-on-one here on Horford. They double him. Out to Murray. Lost the handle on it. It squirts free and went off of the Warriors. Wesley quickly. Denny double clutches in the air. Didn't make the rim. And the Warriors have it. Healed long pass up in the front court. Curry twitches. The Blazers bite. He shoots a three, and he's fouled in the key commission of the shot. He'll shoot three again.
The advanced pass from the Warriors set up another mismatch where Hansen was the only one back there to guard Steph Curry. And then he started to retreat to the paint. And then Blake Wesley and Denny Avdia made admirable attempts at trying to get to him and still couldn't do it without fouling.
Ring in the new year. We're already talking about the new year.
Wow.
We haven't gotten to Thanksgiving or, the usual holiday.
Yeah.
Halloween hasn't even arrived.
The old year.
Dave says ring in the new year with laughter. Portland comedy superstar John Mulaney brings his show to Moda Center on December 31st. Where are we going to be? Oh. Yeah. Our crew has grand plans for New Year's Eve already in Oklahoma City. Lamar's going to have those fuzzy slippers on at 9. The PJs on at 9 p.m. He'll be watching the exploits in New York.
Yes, sir.
Out of the corners. Love, he's going to raise. Nope. And the rebound grab by Kuminga on the race. Pajimski gets a wide lane, shoots the three. Good closeout by Hodson. And the rebound to Murray. Chris looking to lob it low. Ooh, Hudson's got Pajimski locked up. They feed it deep to him. Good second effort by the big man. He tapped it in.
That required patience. First of all, from Chris Murray to not force it in there when he wasn't comfortable, and Hodson to retain that position once he got it.
Kuminga, another nice pass to Quentin Post right at the rim to lay it in. Caleb Love, over 1,000 points scored at both North Carolina and Arizona, giving it to Hudson. The three is off, and the rebound collected by Hield. Another long outlet pass by Buddy leads Kuminga to a post triple. Blake Wesley, this is what he does well on the offensive end. He goes to the rack, slithers in there, was sent sideways. Curry the other way. CD takes a stab at it. Good effort. And Curry trying to catch up with it. Can't. And finally did, but out of bounds. Blazers get it in a tie ball game.
Really nice job from CD to crowd Curry once he gets up against this additional defender in the sideline. And Curry feels like he got pushed to that spot. Definitely some physical play there in the hip area. That's how coach wants his team to play.
Yep.
Until they call it, then do it.
Two-way contract signed by Caleb Love. Up into the front court he comes. A blast. Beats Hield to the cup to lay it in. Buddy Hield, a crossover. Post again for three. Climbing the ladder was Wesley. Tipped away and out of bounds. Last touch by the Blazers. Hudson will step out. Gary Payton will step in. GP joined by Pat Spencer out there along with Buddy Hield. Spencer fights to get it. Drop steps in deep and sets up his teammate for a bucket.
See, that's that lacrosse vision from Spencer.
Yes, sir. Lacrosse skills.
Yes, sir. He was one of the best.
Wesley to the baseline. Nice find. Coming to it was Love. They rotate it outside. CD adjusts with one dribble to his left. The three caroms off into the hands of Hield. Bouncing ahead to Spencer. Checks the rear view. Drives it. Corralled by Murray and Sissoko.
Good job from both of them to sandwich him.
6'7" Frenchman comes the other way. Wesley a quick ball fake, but jabbed away out of his pocket. And Gary Payton will come down and ease into a dunk. 2:46 left first quarter. Timeout on the deck. And the Warriors with a lead of 2. Preseason action.
Guys.
Hey, Tom, today in our conference, Michael Holton made an excellent point, as he so often does. That is Donovan Clingan towering above the rest for the two-hand jam with Harm. He'll head to the line. But we were talking about pace, so explain pace again, how that is a function of the speed of play that you talk so much about.
Yeah, pace, what you see on Basketball Reference and NBA.com, that's just the number of possessions that a team plays every 48 minutes. And it's basically the faster you play, the more possessions there are in a game. Back in the 90s, you would see the pace of play get down to like 95 possessions every 48 minutes. And now you're seeing the Blazers are squeezing out 15 more possessions per game. And so that's a lot of wear and tear on the tires. If you're willing to play that fast, that's really good for a young team like the Blazers to play at that top speed, and it puts pressure on teams like the Warriors with Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry to have to play that many possessions deeper into their career.
And to me, it means you're doing the right things on defense. You're forcing turnovers, allows you to run, and you're getting defensive rebounds. Those are all possessions you talk about. It's not like
that's right. And the only down to like 95 possessions every 48 minutes. And now you're seeing the Blazers are squeezing out 15 more possessions per game. And so that's a lot of wear and tear on the tires. If you're willing to play that fast, that's really good for a young team like the Blazers to play at that top speed, and it puts pressure on teams like the Warriors with Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry to have to play that many possessions deeper into their career.
And to me, it means you're doing the right things on defense. You're forcing turnovers, allows you to run, and you're getting defensive rebounds. Those are all possessions you talk about. It's not like
really nice job getting the guys ready to go. I was talking to Dale Boyd about that, one of the leaders of all the things the Blazers do there with their training. And he was talking about, as Peyton goes up for the lob here, Dale was talking about how there's certain weights they have the guys at right now that's a little heavier than maybe they were at last season, to factor in for the pace of play they expect to play, so that as the guys lose the weight during the season, it doesn't dip under a certain number. I mean, so they're going through all the analytics that you hear about on the floor as Caleb Love knocks down the three. They apply that to their training, their nutrition, all of it.
Holiday with a nice pass across the floor, and the three from Caleb Love over the oncoming Gary Payton. Drive and kick, Spencer a three, comes off long. Sharp is clearly shoved from behind, and a foul. Shaedon Sharp, terrific year ago, 18.5 a game, 31% from three. He will improve on that, I guarantee it. Started in 52, played in 72, and averaged 31 minutes a night. Clingan inside, the rebound, turns quickly, no, tipped it up, keeps it alive, had another. Was that a deflection or a lob? It was a beautiful pass in the dunker spot, and Clingan with a two-hand jam. Blazers up by 5. Trail three is off, and again, it's Sharp inside. They talk
that the coaches have given to the players. Again, reiterating, if you guys want to run, we got to get that defensive board. And Shaedon Sharp especially, Shaedon knows, if I don't block out, if I don't play defense, they have shown they'll sit me down. Like they've shown they're serious about it.
You will see him again.
Yeah.
Yes. Blazers' largest lead here early. Spencer coming off a high screen. And over to Hield.
2 for 1 to end the quarter.
6 aside on the turnover board. Love takes it right into static. Tipped away by Post. Give him a block shot. Holiday scoops it up though. Out to Love. Undeterred. Swings a three. Look at Clingan run that down. Again, multiple efforts by the big man.
And now they can take their time.
7 to shoot, 13 to play. First quarter, Grant bears down. Slithers in, hangs and hunts. No, Clingan up top and a foul called inside.
Looking at Caleb Love right now about some of how they want to run those 2 for 1s at the end of quarters. That's another thing that they've really talked a lot about during their camp. They want to be a lot better about that this season. And Caleb will have the mentorship from his coach, who was an all-time great point guard, and also Drew Holiday, Damian Lillard as well. Caleb was the first MVP of Damian Lillard's first Formula Zero camp. So he's got some real teachers that will be in his ear this season.
Spencer going to try to get something up, and he will. It's a three that's off the heel of the iron. So driving inside, a hook pass cross court, caught a Warrior, and out of bounds it goes as both Kuminga and Horford converge on Denny Advia. Denny had a remarkable month of March last year. How about 30, 12, 10 assists in the overtime loss at Cleveland. I mean, he had some remarkable games. 37, 11, 5 assists at Chicago.
Away from the play foul right here before the ball was released on inbounds.
Okay. Free throw and possession coming. JB DeRosa, Rodney Mott come over here to the scores table.
We can take a look at it.
Timing.
Yeah, off ball time. Get you one. Love, he's going to raise. Nope. And the rebound grab by Kuminga on the race. Like the end of practice. Pajinski gets it.
Arena hasn't cleared out yet, and you want to make a point.
Running the width of the court. I mean, that's awful.
Tough. Yeah,
that's so old school.
It is.
Horford drills a three. What's he going to mean to the Warriors this year? He'll give you some of that, some playmaking, solid defense, obviously. Here's a pass that gets away. Spencer, that can't happen. On the inbounds, he streaks to the cup, makes the catch, and is knocked down and fouled.
Blazer foul, 17, Shaden Sharp, that's his second personal. First team foul.
Talk so much about the various lineup options that Chauncey Billups has. Tom Habistro. And you love when they put all the tall guys out there, but they also have a pretty decent small ball look.
Yeah, look at this right here, KC. When you're looking at the lineup for the Blazers, there's not a traditional center out there, and this is actually part of the program for Chauncey Billups. He wants to see a little bit of a small ball more so than last year. Last year, we only saw about 2 minutes and 45 seconds on average the Blazers playing without a traditional center on the floor. This year, in preseason, we've seen 4 minutes plus per game in the preseason. I know, preseason, all the caveats apply, but it is interesting that, yes, they have Jan Hansen and they have Donovan Clingan, as well as Rob Williams and Dwap Reith, but they do want to go small, and they're doing it more often in the preseason than what we saw last year. So Denny Avdia and Jeremy Grant, get ready to play big man against guys like Al Horford.
Yeah, good point, Tom. A big piece of that, as the Blazers here on the 4-on-3 break, good find from Drew to Shaden, is Coach Billups now having a year under his belt of seeing Denny Avdia play. Think about last season when we were down in Houston. Denny Avdia guarding Şengün late in that game where the Blazers won the game. Other bigs he guarded throughout the year, so he showed the coaching staff he can do it, so now they can implement it early. Good find, Drew.
Portland has scored consecutive buckets at the cup. Here's Grant in transition, getting it from Denny after he got in.
Perfect player at the guard position. Drew would have all the attributes.
And Brookie's got that $1 million smile, and of course he's from Hollywood.
Hollywood, you say? Yes, Hollywood. But he is not a Hollywood kind of guy. He's a guy that just wants to work hard. And you mentioned that, Lamar, Coach Billups just so pleased to have him on his squad. He said he's picking up the ball at the top, causing a lot of turnovers with his hands and his physicality. He knows when to switch. He's just so far ahead based on his experience, so he makes the game.
Well defended from the Blazers. Shaden Sharp, the primary defender that time. Here he is, the primary weapon on the offensive end. Pulling up in transition, he's been doing more of that as that opportunity has presented itself.
Waiting from the torn hamstring, they will have to spell Drew Holiday, and they figure to do it with one of those two guys.
Primary ball handlers, unless you're facing a lot of pressure, that's when they'll be tested, Kev. When they play against a team that really picks you up, takes you out of the comfort zone, because and a lot of read and react, where it requires basketball players to have intelligence in reading the driving angles, where guys are going, why they're going that place, knowing what spaces of the floor to leave open. It's not something the coaches can always tell you each time down. It's dependent on how the defense is guarding it and then what your teammate does.
Blazers on a 13-0 run. Kuminga goes at Hansen, who had dropped down to meet him. And scored. Blazers take it out of the net, quickly operate in the front court. Wesley slashes in on Hield. Sets it up beyond Hansen. Good pump fake. It's by Horford into the lane. Scoops and scores on the run.
Okay, Kev. He got busy in that third quarter against Sacramento. There, he used the shooting that it displayed in that game to get the respect of Horford in the corner and then drive by in the scoop. How about the scoop?
Hield. "14-point edge for the Blazers. 7.5 left here, second quarter. Avdia bicycles into the lane. Out it comes to Sharp. Bring it outside. They spread the floor. He's got a one-on-one on Horford. Hard left hand. Going lefty all the way. High off the window, up and in. Brilliant play.
He recognized the mismatch, knew that he had the foot speed to get by Horford, backed him out, and then took it right at him.
Sharp 14-10 here in the quarter. Nice cut. There's Gary Payton. Can't finish it over Murray.
Even plays like that, when Chris is beat, he gets back into the play, involves himself enough to influence the miss.
Johnson trying to get a piece on the screen. Obvious slows the bounce, puts Payton on his hip, and used him.
Yeah, while Denny was doing that, did you see Young with the hideaway screen? He rolled to the basket, saw Denny coming, and just held that positioning to serve as a screener.
Off it comes to Payton. Johnson the rebound. Bring it ahead. Steers it to Wesley. Johnson was rolling. Wesley tried to meet him. Deflected. Back to Blake. Sharp scoops to Wesley. And contact made.
That he has for the game and stuff like that, where he recognizes, okay, I'm no longer a scoring option, but my teammate is, and I'm going to help him out.
Wesley stands till three, won't go. Horford has the position for the rebound. Curry. Great pass on a dime to a moving target out of backcourt for the bucket. It was Payton with two. Blazers up 16. Johnson the screen. Wesley out the other way to Sissoko for three. Murray trying to volley to keep it alive. Good idea. Again, Curry testing the Blazer defense. Dropping back this time was Wesley and getting a piece of it out of bounds.
Quinton Post.
Warriors sitting Green, Butler, Moody tonight, most notably. Post over here to Curry, over a crowd. Murray takes it away from Payton. 3-on-1 the other way. The 1-2 galloping dribble by Love is too high. Payton filling the lane. Johnson was there to provide static in the attic. Murray the other way. Love the cut. Caleb Love for three. Just did make the rim. And the Warriors take possession. 5 minutes left in the second. 5 and change. And the Blazers up 16. Holiday will step in for Murray. So it's Holiday, Sissoko, Wesley, and Johnson on the floor for the Blazers. With Love way up here to meet Curry. Full court. See how this goes, Lamar. Keeping those feet dancing. Hanson there to help. But the rebound made by Post, and he'll stick it up. Automation. Look at the Blazers' three-point shooting, 5 of 15. The Warriors just 3 of 16. 10 Warrior turnovers, Blazers with 8. And the Blazers own the glass, a 31-24 advantage. Holiday, crafty move, looking over the left shoulder, then spinning back right into a fade.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a zone look for the Warriors. If it wasn't an all-out zone, it definitely was a man-to-man that sagged into the help positions. And Drew and his teammates took their time and assessed that. Okay, we're on a run.
Johnson the rebound, he'll break out, bounces ahead to Holiday, tried to send it back to Johnson, intercepted by Horford. Then it's taken by Wesley, then it's taken back by Post, and then Wesley came back to get it but couldn't keep it in play. Or did he?
No, but somebody just made it.
Pajemski outside. Curry sets and fires, triggers and hits. Curry last year shot .397 from 3, 11 attempts a game, led the league.
How about this, Kev? You've been around the league for a long time, and you've seen a lot of really good players.
Hold on.
What would be the closest comparison to you of a guy as dangerous off the ball as Steph Curry?
Oh, that's a good one.
While the Warriors,
Oh, he was
even in that triangle,
so physical. You know, and you could get away with some stuff back in the day. I mean, that's the one that quickly
Just came to mind, yeah. Yeah, Reggie Miller ran around screens a whole lot.
Love will head to the line.
Our man Francis Williams, franchise.
Checking in.
Former studio analyst here with us with the Blazers.
From the 206.
Yeah, check it. He offered the name Rip Hamilton to the conversation we were just having. And Rip definitely moved around like that. But the difference, which we are all aware of, is Rip wasn't moving around 35 feet, you know, behind that line. And so because of the amount of space Curry covers, it just it causes unnatural reactions. There's certain closeouts you normally didn't have to make. And otherwise, you know, that's a drop in the bucket for those guys.
Hey, Tom Haberstroh, get into this conversation. Who you like? Best guy off the ball?
Well, for me, it's Stephen Curry, but I'm biased because he's playing in this era that I'm covering. But Reggie Miller comes to mind in a way that I don't think gravity was part of the NBA vocabulary back then. But with the analytics are able to see how the game tilts, the defense tilts towards Steph Curry, even when he doesn't have the ball. It's something that, like, it's really hard to play with Steph Curry on the floor versus off the floor when he's not on the floor. Their shooting percentages plummet when he's on the bench. But as soon as he comes onto the floor and the defenses are doubling Stephen Curry off the ball, suddenly guys like Draymond Green or Jonathan Kuminga or Andre Iguodala, these guys see their field goal percentages skyrocket.